All right, we're back with Ken Larsen, who's running for governor in the state of Utah on the Libertarian ticket, and wanted to ask him what he thought about the national presidential race. Do you have a candidate that you would endorse?
110% of my support is going to Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson, why?
He is the Libertarian candidate for president. He stands for the Libertarian platform. He's been governor of New Mexico a couple of times. He knows how to run an executive office. And he's not the left-right scam we're getting with the Republicans and Democrats. He's a freedom fighter, and he's got all my support.
Okay,
Gary Johnson.
What did he do in New Mexico that impressed you as governor?
He vetoed a ton of laws, and he helped keep their budget down. And I can't think of anything else right now,
yep.
But yeah, except that he saved their budget and was very libertarian.
Now, you and Gary Johnson agree on the drug war. Would you say 100%?
I would say yes.
Yeah, he actually pardoned some nonviolent marijuana offenders in that state during his terms of office.
And as soon as I'm inaugurated, I'll have some friends who have put together a list of all the nonviolent prisoners in Utah, and they will be pardoned immediately.
All the nonviolent prisoners, or all the nonviolent drug prisoners?
Everybody who has no victim is not a criminal.
Okay.
If you don't have a victim, you're not a criminal. Now, you can be a nonviolent criminal by using something like fraud or deceit to cheat somebody out of their money. That's a criminal act, and you should be punished for it. But if you and somebody else agree on an exchange of something, and part of that exchange involves drugs, that's still not a criminal act, and they should be pardoned immediately.
Okay, so you pardon all nonviolent drug offenders in the state of Utah and all people who are incarcerated or tied up in the system due to a so-called victimless crime.
Yes, yes. If you have no victim, you have no crime.
Okay.
That's a better way to put it than nonviolent.
On the presidential race, are there any other candidates that you like, but not as much as Gary Johnson?
I really can't think of any preferences among the others, no.
Yeah. Would you be willing to say anything about Romney or Obama?
No.
No? What do you think of Rocky Anderson?
I wish he really had a chance. Rocky Anderson has got a bunch of really wonderful ideas. He and I have spoken together before at various events. And we like to say where we agree, we work together, and where we disagree, we tolerate.
So do you think it's a good thing that he's started the Justice Party and is growing that?
I hope that it develops into something.
Cool.
Yes.
Now, Rocky's in favor of a single-payer healthcare system. What do you think about single-payer?
Ultimately, I would like healthcare to be non-government. I would like it to be just like buying a package of biscuits at Smith's, or hiring somebody to come and fix your plumbing. Whether it's your personal plumbing or your household plumbing, it ought to be a private exchange. The more government gets involved in it, the more expensive it gets, the more corrupt it gets, and therefore I would take government completely out of healthcare, but not overnight. It's like we have to be weaned. We have to very carefully respect everybody's contract. Just like when we founded the country and when we founded the state, we accepted the debts of before. I would say I would accept the contracts and everything, but not form any new ones, and let people learn to get health care their own way.
Okay, would that include Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security?
Yes, yes. I would wean us off all of those.
How long do you think it would take to wean people off of those things?
Well, for example, Social Security, I would say anybody who's now on it will receive it as promised. That's a commitment. For anybody who's now paying into it, I would give them an option. Here's a sum total you can receive to opt out, or you can stay in and get the same contract that you were signed up with. And then for the people who are starting work, I would reduce their Social Security tax by 20%, with the understanding that when they retire, their benefits will be cut by 20%. And then 20 years later, I would cut off another fifth of the original, and 20 years later another, so that after 100 years it'd be down to zero. But it would be a gradual, like weaning off of drugs. You don't go cold turkey, and therefore we don't lose anybody through the cracks.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the presidential race or any other topic?
No, except one thing. We are apparently falling into a terrible disaster. Economically, financially, militarily, culturally. But I personally, and I don't know why, believe that we're going to come through this. And we're going to come out the other side better off. We're going to learn from this experience, and we're going to try Americanism again, and it's going to be better than ever.
Okay, thank you.